There's more filmmakers than ever right now. It used to cost a fortune just to shoot a short film. Now you can shoot it on your iPhone if you want. And you can shoot it well if you know what you're doing. It's not easy, but you can shoot it well. How did this happen? Now there's no one particular time or place that digital technology took over, but for me, my experience, this is the path that I saw, okay? First camera that I thought made people say, this is possible to do something digitally, like for the masses. Because the first camera that I was aware of was when I worked on Star Wars Episode 1, and George Lucas tested the Sony camera made specifically for him to do Star Wars. He did one scene with Yoda in digital, and based on that, he said, let's do Episode 2 all digital. So that was the first time I was exposed to it, but that's like, is Sony going to make a camera just for me? No, it's going to make a camera for George Lucas, but not for me. So what was the first camera that people said, we can shoot this digitally and do it almost at a film quality type? Anybody know the Red? Compare that to a Cinescope camera that was $250,000 US, and here's a Red camera for about $5,000 to $15,000 US, the price of a car or a computer. You can shoot at cinema quality level. This was the first camera that I thought, holy crap, the digital revolution is here. Now, again, the average person on the street isn't going to shell out 10, 15K, but somebody who is serious, this was a serious and is a serious camera, started by the founder of Oakley because he wasn't happy with the way all his sport footage was doing. He said, I'm going to do digital technology to make it better. And now, this thing is used by giant directors, right? Okay, so the Red I thought was the first. You name what I thought was the second, the DSLR Revolution. The DSLR Revolution brought from $15,000 to now about $5,000. You could get a body. Now, this was the first time that a lot of cinematographers thought that basically I can take a still camera now and shoot a movie, you know, or shoot something that's at least the caliber of a commercial. Why? Because now I can use all the lenses, and that's something else that's important. The quality of your image is dependent on your equipment. Your lenses is a big part of it. The lenses often cost more than your body. The lenses are expensive to make, and you can buy so many lenses, and that's what gives your image that CinemaScope quality, or that tight shot, or that, you know, that is, the lenses, even in digital world, are completely inherited from the film world. Why do we have these lenses? Because of film. These lenses are distortions or imperfections that we've now taken with us to the digital world. That's, I think, amazing that we've gone from $250,000 cameras to $15,000 cameras to $5,000 to actually $2,500 is what you can get a Mark II for. What's next, though? There's a Korean director who shot an entire film with an iPhone. Now look, that's a lens kit for an iPhone. You can attach, I have tried this. I put a wide angle lens on an iPhone, I've put like fishbowl lenses, I've put all sorts of lenses, and they're cool. I have a macro lens for my iPhone, and it looks so cool. Now that can change things and has changed things. You know, we can now shoot and edit on your iPad. I've done that. You know, I've shot something, I've put all without going into a home with a giant, you know, workstation, which we needed just a few years ago. And I can actually shoot something on my iPad, edit it on the fly, and it's not good enough for movies, but it's certainly good enough for a podcast or a TV broadcast, perhaps, you know. And it is HD quality. Anyone recognize those cameras in the middle? Those are called mirrorless cameras, basically point and shoot, right? But, okay, mirrorless point and shoots have existed forever, but not at this quality. And the key with these cameras, you see there, like there's point and shoots, the key to these is you can get lens attachments. Now you can get those expensive lenses on these tiny cameras. This stuff promises to bring the camera even smaller, but with the giant lenses that everybody loves to play with. Now there comes a point when the cameras just get too small. You do want weight, because why do you want weight?
Keep it stable.
Yeah, that's just a simple, if you hold your iPhone and you're just like, ah, shoo, you know, or you know, a little wind blows you, the camera feels like this, right? It feels good to have something heavy, because if it's too light, you're just going to get that annoying shakiness. So in the lower right, does anybody recognize this? this is where I think things could go next. You know, this is purely digital. It's not using a traditional means to capture images. It uses, I believe it's called light rays. So it captures, it changes the whole dynamic of film. This doesn't even use any of the film ideas and paradigms. This means when you want that narrow depth of field focus, you don't need those giant lenses. This is enough. Now, this is new technology created here in Silicon Valley. You know, Steve Jobs met with the founder of this before he died, thinking people are saying they may put this in the next iPhones. I don't think it's ready yet. But I think when you go digital, you can break the boundaries of what film was. You know, that's why I don't like the term filmmaking. I like the term movie making or storytelling, but this is not film. This is not using the whole, you know, aperture and all those things. This is going out there, capturing all the light rays, bringing it in so everything's in focus, and then you could change the focus in your rack focus later. That changes the entire, for those who know about rack focusing and focus pullers and all those, you know, that could change things. So these are the tools just in the last 5 years. You know, look at how fast this stuff is changing. This means filmmaking is changing. This means the way the image is created is changing. It certainly will change the way they feel and look and the way we make movies.